for a roll call.
Blunier? Here. Hilliard? Here. Leach?
Here.
Mennel? Here. Newman?
Here.
Parrott? We have a quorum.
If you join me in Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's no public hearing, presentations, special reports. Anybody in the public like to make a comment? Okay. Consent agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes, the regular meeting of September 5th, 2023, and the approval of the bills. If we could have a motion.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Blunier?
Yes.
Hilliard?
Yes.
Leach?
Yes.
Mennel?
Yes.
Newman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I have nothing tonight. Village clerk.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Village administrator.
I have a couple items tonight, Your Honor. The first is ordinance 24-18, which is an ordinance making amendments to Chapter 23 of Title III of the Morton Municipal Code regarding hotel motel taxes for permanent residents.
If we could have a motion.
So moved. Second.
And council, do you want to explain that?
Yeah, our existing hotel motel tax ordinance had a provision basically excluding tax for rentals to permanent residents, but it didn't define that term. State law has a definition of the term permanent resident for hotel motel tax purposes, so we've incorporated the language from state law into our code, so we have a consistent standard based on what state law envisions. So it really clarifies an existing provision of our code, aiding our hotel motel and Airbnb and other operators subject to the tax with knowing when they need to collect the tax and when they don't. Standard by state law is a 30 consecutive day stay is considered permanent residence, even if it's in a different room in the same hotel.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Newman?
Yes.
Mennel?
Yes.
Leach?
Yes.
Hilliard?
Yes.
Blunier?
Yes.
Motion carries.
The next item is Resolution 2012-24, which is a resolution authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Morton and the Illinois Department of Health and Family Services related to enhanced reimbursement for ambulance services.
Move approval. Second.
And
Basically, we are looking at entering into an agreement with, as it says, Illinois Department of Health and Family Services. This would base our reimbursement for Medicaid transports to based on our cost rather than the standard. For right now, like a basic transport is $138.44, and if an advanced life support transport's $218.12. This would base it on our actual cost, which would be a significant increase in the amount taken in. Part of this agreement is the state of Illinois asked for half of that difference back as part of, to participate in this program. So the federal government pays us, we have to reimburse the state half of the difference. So.
all right. Any questions?
Chief Kelly?
Sure.
Can you just explain simply the difference between the two different rates, the basic and the advanced?
Yes, in fact, for the purposes of our ordinance, we have 3 different rates. So that's basic life support. Let me explain. Advanced life support is probably easier. Those would be the types of calls in which we would typically start an IV, give some medication and those types of things. So as opposed to basic life support would be calls that we didn't. So more of a isolated injury if you had a fractured leg, for instance, and needed to go to the hospital, but it didn't require an IV. And then under our ordinance, we have an ALS-2, which is more intensive. That's like 3 or more medications that we give, or more advanced procedures like airway management.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? If not, call the roll.
Leach?
Yes.
Hilliard?
Yes.
Blunier?
Yes.
Mennel?
Yes.
Newman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
That's all I have.
All right, Chief of Police.
One item tonight, Your Honor, for approval of the intergovernmental agreement for animal control services with Tazewell County.
If we get a motion.
So moved. Second.
Second. Want to go ahead and explain it?
Yeah, basically, we've entered an agreement with them now for 2 years. I think this is the third year that we've done it. If you looked in the packet, there was a slight increase this year again. From talking with Libby Ashman, the director, she tells me that this will be the last year that there's an increase for at least a couple. They finally have reached the level of pay that they were needing to operate. So I don't anticipate any increases probably for the next 2 or 3 years after this one. So, but they've been phenomenal for us. They've done a really good job.
So any other questions?
I have a question. Do you have any idea how many calls that they've taken in the last year or two that's relieved your
I do not offhand, but it's quite a few. You're talking a couple hundred probably.
Okay.
So it's quite a few. Yeah, and their services that they provide are really good. Even if we catch the dog, they come out right away and take it. They deal with any animal bite situations, and even some of the more unusual things where we get bats in houses and stuff like that. That they're definitely more qualified for training wise to handle. It helps too with any kind of rabies situations. If the bat were to bite anybody, they take care of the bat. They send it away for testing. Assures the person that the bat was in their house if they need to get the rabies shots or anything like that. So it saved us a lot of headaches from that standpoint. So.
And this week I called Kip on a raccoon hit in the grass, and Kip called me back later and said it wasn't dead totally, so he had to call animal control in order to get it.
Yeah,
So even the mayor uses it.
I was just talking to the officers before we came over here, and they're very thankful that we have their service. It helps a lot. So.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Call the roll.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
Blunier,
Yes.
Mennel,
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Nothing else tonight, Your Honor.
All right, Corporation Counsel,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Fire and Emergency Services,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
and Director of Public Works.
Just one announcement tonight. The fall yard waste program is set to start Saturday, October 21st and run through Sunday, December 3rd, being closed Thursday and Friday over Thanksgiving.
All right,
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
okay. Village trustees, anybody have anything?
I have one thing.
Okay.
Just Chief, I was at the Pumpkin Festival several nights, and it seemed like business as usual. Was it a pretty safe event for you guys?
Actually, we were pretty busy this
Oh,
month. Festival.
okay. All right. Well, you made it look easy.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Especially Saturday night. So.
All right. I guess I'm out of the loop.
If that's all, we do need a closed session.
Closed session is requested for the purpose of discussing collective negotiating matters between the village and its employees or their representatives per 5 ILCS 120/2C2.
If I could have a motion.
Motion to adjourn to move to closed session.
Second. Call the roll.
Blunier,
Yeah.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Mennel.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Motion carries.